Hello and welcome. This is Story Collision English News Editions. Here's the headline. When Rishiv votes until justice, UNC. 2 among 14 freed hostages undergo treatment for PTSD. Shah hints at a FASFA reveal from most Northeast states. Conman who cheated 25 women by marrying them held in UP. Bomb threat not dealers, Delhi-bound Indigo flight. Anti-corruption complainant RTO official held for bribe. Center exempts nuclear power goods from customs duty for past imports. South Korea's ex-president Yoon sentenced to 30 years in prison. Now the news in details. One Rishiv votes until justice, UNC. The United Naga Council UNC has submitted a memorandum to Union Home Minister Amit Shah seeking justice for 6 Naga hostages murdered by militants of the Kuki National Front President KNFP and residents of Lailon Wi-Fi village, while declaring that the mortal remains of the victims will not be retrieved until its charter of demands is addressed and justice is delivered to the bereaved family. The memorandum submitted through the Senapati Deputy Commissioner stated that the 6 victims were amongst 18 Naga civilians, including 2 pastors abducted from Lailon Wi-Fi village on May 13, 2026 by KNFP militants and villagers. According to UNC, Naga village guards released 14 Kuki detainees on the evening of June 9 in the hope that the humanitarian gesture would be reciprocated. However, the council said the Naga community was devastated when information emerged on June 10 that the 6 hostages had been recovered not only as lifeless human remains but also in a materially mutilated and dismembered condition. The organization said that the tragedy had caused immense pain to the families and the Naga people at large, while severely shaking public confidence in the government's ability to ensure the safety and security of innocent civilians. It described the killings as a direct challenge to the collective identity and security of the Naga people. In its charter of demands, UNC called for the abrogation of the suspension of Operation Sioux agreement with all Kuki militant groups. It also demanded the immediate arrest and prosecution of all KNFP members involved in the abduction of the 18 Naga civilians and subsequent killing of 6 of them, as well as those involved in the killing of Wilson Tangachiru at Jojangtek on the same day. 2 among 14 freed hostages undergo treatment for PTSD. Freedom did not bring an immediate end to the suffering of the 14 Kuki-Jo hostages released after 27 days in captivity. While their return home was celebrated as a humanitarian breakthrough for at least 2 of the survivors, the ordeal has continued in hospital wards where they are battling the physical exhaustion and psychological trauma inflicted by their prolonged captivity. A day after their release on June 9, Thang Tinlen Chongloi of Tafao Kuki village and Haumilun Kipjen of Hambung village were admitted to Kampope District Hospital around 12:30 p.m. on June 10 with trauma-related disorders, anxiety, insomnia, and symptoms consistent with post-traumatic stress disorder. Later that afternoon, both men were referred to Emmanuel Multi-Speciality Hospital Kaithenman before further treatment and specialized medical care. Family members said the 2 men returned home as shadows of their former self. According to Thang Tinlen's wife, Kim Naitham Chongloi, her husband appeared completely changed after his release. He is not the same person who left home. He hardly speaks, barely eats, and could not sleep properly. He would suddenly wake up from sleep frightened, saying someone was opening the door. He is not normal, so we decided to take him to the hospital, she said. Haumilun's sisters Tatem recounted a similar experience. Haumilun is usually active, healthy, and very talkative. He always jokes with people, but when he came back, He was completely different. He remained silent, rarely spoke, and would suddenly become frightened. He could not sleep properly, she said. Medical experts describe PTSD as a condition that can develop after exposure to life-threatening situations, prolonged confinement, violence, or extreme fear. Symptoms often include recurring distress, insomnia, hypervigilance, anxiety, emotional stability, and persistent psychological suffering long after the traumatic event has ended. Shah hints at a FAFSA refill from most Northeast states. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on June 11 said the Armed Forces Special Power Act FAFSA is likely to be withdrawn from almost the entire Northeast by next year, describing the striking areas under the law as a key indicator of improving peace and stability in the region. Speaking after the signing of a tripartite memorandum of understanding between the center and the governments of Assam and Nagaland for mineral oil exploration in the disputed border belt, Shah expressed confidence that FAFSA will remain in force in only one or two states across the Northeast. "I'm confident that barring one or two states, we will withdraw FAFSA from the entire Northeast next year," he said. Conman, who cheated 25 women by marrying them, held in UP. A man has been arrested from Uttar Pradesh for allegedly cheating more than 25 women, including physically challenged individuals and divorcees, across multiple states of crores of rupees by marrying them through matrimonial acts, a Maharashtra police official said on Friday. The accused Anush Kumar Chandra Prakash Trivedi was tracked to Greater Noida in Uttar Pradesh, where he was living under a false identity, and arrested him on May 24. Mira Vayandar Basai Viraj, Deputy Commissioner of Police Crime, Sandeep Doifot, told PTI. He operated under several aliases, including Ajay Agrawal, Ajay Santosh Singh, and Jay Prakash Ramesh Chand Gupta. Bomb threat North Delhi's Delhi-bound Indigo flight. An Indigo flight carrying around 180 passengers from Lucknow to Delhi was grounded on Friday after a bomb threat was discovered written on a tissue paper inside one of the aircraft's lavatories, triggering a comprehensive security response at the airport. The flight, scheduled to depart from Lucknow at 10:45 a.m., was preparing for takeoff when crew members were alerted to a possible security threat on board. The aircraft was immediately halted at the apron and prevented from departing as security agencies initiated standard emergency procedures. The scare began after a tissue paper bearing the word bomb was found inside one of the aircraft's toilets. Anti-corruption complainant RTO official held for bribe. A motor vehicle inspector (MBI) who had earlier approached the Anti-Corruption Bureau alleging corruption by some RTO officials has been caught in a bribery case in Nagpur, the ACB said. Sergeant Saligram G. Sandhi, MBI posted with Nagpur Rural Regional Transport Office RTO, was allegedly found involved in collecting money illegally at the Maharashtra Madhya Pradesh border checkpost at Khursapur in Nagpur. On March 30, a delegation of 20 MBIs, including Sindhi, had submitted a memorandum to the ACB office in Nagpur alleging corruption within the RTO via a section of officials. Center exempts nuclear power goods from custom duty for past imports. The government has exempted custom duty on imports of specified goods used for nuclear power generation for the period from April 1, 2019 to January 31, 2026. The exemption was notified by the Ministry of Finance and applies retrospectively, effectively removing customs liability on eligible imports made during the nearly 7-year period. According to the notification, the relief covers imports of non-irradiated fuel elements and cartridges used in nuclear reactors. The government stated that non-levy of custom duty on such imports had been a generally followed practice during the period and has now been formally recognized through the latest order. The decision follows an earlier notification issued in October 2025 that allowed duty-free imports of goods used for nuclear power generation on a prospective basis. With the retrospective exemption now in place, entities that imported nuclear fuel-related components during the covered period will not be required to pay custom duty on those shipments. South Korea's ex-president Yoon sentenced to 30 years in prison. Seoul court on Friday sentenced former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol to 30 years in prison after finding him guilty of ordering drone infiltration into North Korea in an attempt to heighten cross-border tensions and create a basis for his martial law declaration in December 2024. Thank you for being with us. This is MM Story Coalition English News Editions.